Alright, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know, don't forget to hit the like button on the Taste Budz page. Today we're gonna make spaghetti, man, and pretty much this is a simple way to do it, a quick way to do it. You know, I'm mainly aiming towards the fellas to be able to make this simple spaghetti. What we're gonna use is ground meat, which I had some that I used yesterday, so I cut it in half, saved it, thawed it out earlier. We have sausage that we're going to use, breakfast sausage, a little bit of butter, tomato sauce. I have just ragu, regular ragu, tomato paste, you know, with tomato sauce to add with when you're making your sauce, mushroom flavored, and garlic and onion. Regular can of tomato sauce, fresh garlic, onion, bell pepper. For the seasonings, we're going to use some, I like to use lemon pepper because I don't like to use a lot of salt. So lemon pepper, garlic salt, some all-natural Greek seasoning. You can pick this up at Country Mart. That's where I seen it. I think they have it at Walmart too. It's very good to do when you're making Italian food. I like the flavor of it. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Parsley flakes and Italian seasoning. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the noodles today because I already got the water boiling, and you can come over here. We can look. When I make my noodles, I add extra virgin olive oil, and I use about a couple teaspoons of country crock butter. And why I use that is because you don't want the noodles to stick when you throw them in the pot, so that kind of just lubes them up and keeps everything safe. So I'm gonna take my noodles, break them in half, throw them in there, take my little spoon and kind of give them a stir, break them on up. Get everything just kind of mixed up a little bit. And we're gonna let that boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, y'all, so the first step to making our spaghetti sauce is what we're gonna take is our ground beef, and we'll start browning it, that and the sausage. We'll just break it down and get it nice crumbles. Alright, so we have this spread out. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding my seasonings. So, first thing I'm going to start with is my parsley. And you want to use a gracious amount of this. It's really a strong ingredient, but since it's going to be a tomato sauce and you know, stuff added to it, you just want to add a lot so you can taste it.
Oh shit, I see.
Next thing you want to add after you use your garlic, salt, and parsley seasoning is the Greek seasoning that we talked about. I'm breaking this up. As you see, it's starting to turn brown. Add a little lemon pepper to it. See, now there's one thing I forgot to add. And you know, this is more so, like I said, a quick spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Like something for the fellas to do. You know, your mama tell you don't eat no woman's red sauce. So fellas, you can make your own sauce. I'm showing you how to do it. It's real simple, real easy, real quick. All right, so I got my ground meat cooked. It's brown. It's broken down, as you can see. We got in some small little chunks. That and the sausage. Alright, so now it's cooked. We're going to go ahead and drain the grease off our meat. And when I'm dumping it, for y'all that see me when I was making the burritos, you know, when you dump the grease into your sink, try to run hot water so you don't clog your pipes, man. Alright, so we let our meat drain for about a minute, 2 minutes. Bring it back over here to the pan. Hot. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our bell pepper, our garlic, and our onion, and saute those, kind of caramelize them a little bit for our sauce. And like my kids and stuff, they love a lot of bell peppers, so that's why I'm using so much. But you don't have to use as much. You can use about a, about a cup, half a cup. Must have onions. Put our garlic in there for the aromatics. Then I'm just gonna toss it until we see our onions and our garlic, mainly our onions, when they get opaque. If y'all remember that term from the burritos, it's kind of clear. See what that means. Break it up. All right, so I stirred these. Well, I kind of tossed our vegetables, our fresh vegetables, for a few minutes, and as you can see, they're opaque, which is like clear. I don't know if you can get that. So when it gets about like that, then you know it's time to go ahead and start adding your sauce. So first off, to loosen it all up, what I use first is just my regular tomato sauce, and then I use my ragu and my second. Now some people like to mix their noodles with the spaghetti. Me, I like to keep everything separate. So there's nothing wrong with it. If you do want to mix your noodles, you can always add a little bit of water to stretch your sauce a little bit, so it don't be as dry. But since we're not doing that, I kind of want to keep it more of a pasty like type, so it'll stick to the noodles once I start plating up. So since we got all our sauce in there, I'll cut that down to medium, a little under medium, and let that simmer. So we'll dump our water off our noodles. Now this is a cool little thing that I do. You don't have to do this, but this is how I like it. You know, when I'm cooking, I do what I want to do. I take butter, a spoon here, and drain, and I put about a good, healthy little splash in there. And I mix it. All right. And this is another thing to help your noodles not stick. So I'll kind of fold that under there like that. I'll grab parsley. Add it to my noodles. Then I add Parmesan. All right. Now honestly, fold it a little bit more, add a little bit more of it. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna make the noodles real nice and cheesy. And then when you plating up, you ain't gotta worry about it, you know? So, okay, looks like our sauce is marinated a little bit. We're ready to go ahead and plate up and serve, man. So now we got it all good. It's time to...
Oh yeah.
Get a little ladle.
Real deal spaghetti. Straight up. It's going down, baby. I need two spoons. And a utensil.
And a utensil. I got you.
If it's better, you got a fork. If not, I like to sip on the sauce as I eat the noodle. A lot of times with a fork, a lot of times the sauce runs through. You know what I'm saying? So you just get the noodle. See, sometimes you get spaghetti with this fork. You get sauce on that and that noodle. Remember that? Spaghetti is best eaten with a
What
fork.
was that, man?
Man,
Check
this right here.
Bob out. Y'all might want to check him out.
This is real Real food for the taste bud. I enjoy this. This is real good.
Voila. Quick spaghetti, man.